Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. We've got a really interesting beer tonight to review that most of the viewers of my YouTube channel and website will probably not be able to get a hold of, but I bought this beer solely because of the name. This is the Bitter Unicorn Tears from Deep River Brewing Company, which is out of Clayton, North Carolina, which is just south of Raleigh near I-95. It's 7.2 ABVs. It comes in obviously this pint can. Really cool label. I give them a lot of credit. It says Johnston County's first legal brewery. Johnston County is a very rural area. This is their, I believe, their topography map on the can, and I mean there's tons of farms, pig farms, chicken farms. It's very, so the legal part is pretty cool. I love the label. I think it's very creative. I've never ever tried anything from this brewery or this beer. It's considered an American pale lager, and it says limited release, brewed only once. So came in a 4-pack. I honestly don't remember. I think it was around $14 or $15 for the 4-pack. It says Bitter Unicorn Tears is a highly imaginary recipe from the fine folks of Tyler's Taproom, which is in Carver, North Carolina, and which is outside of Chapel Hill. And Deep River developed a departure from the traditional IPA, an Indian Pale Lager with lager yeast strains, and fermented at a lower temperature, which yields to a higher hop flavor and aroma. We hopped this beer with over 2 pounds per barrel of the blend of some of the most hard to get hops known as unicorn tears in the hop world. The unicorn tears mixed with rainbow shavings to help make this beer highly coveted. No unicorns were harmed in making this beer, so a little bit of comedic value in there for you. So, I mean, this is one of those beers I have absolutely positively no idea what to expect. I was a little bit surprised by the price, but again, if they're kind of trying to niche themselves with, brewed one and done, that's how some of these breweries do this. I've had a lot of IPLs in the past, and IPLs, I think, they're either done really well, or they're just confused with what they're trying to be. So this is what they're supposed to look like. It's got kind of a straw yellowish color. This one is a little bit hazy, nice, extremely white, frothy head on the top. A little bit of carbonation, but definitely a little bit on the cloudy side. Nothing residual floating around. Alright, so this smells exactly like other IPLs. It's got kind of a lemony, a little bit of that biscuit, a little bit of that kind of, it's like a mixture of very subtle citrus with a background of some hops that are not overpowering. Again, it's an Indian Pale Lager. It's not an IPA, so from the aroma, I mean, it's a little boring, but I mean, it definitely has some of those characteristics of subtle lemon, a little bit of that summery side, a little bit of that kind of German twist with the malts maybe in there. But, I mean, aroma is decent, so as always, let's get to the point and get into the glass and see what we have. That's different. It's got that pucker factor is what I call it. It's got kind of that German maltish, European type flavor to it. It's got a little bit of pininess to it, a little bit of lemon to it, a little bit of a what I would call a aroma that, from an IPL perspective, there's no sweetness. It's dry. It's got some piney notes to it, but it's got that kind of German-esque style that I think is very specific to what most people are looking for. especially in an IPL. IPLs typically, no, typically don't have that kind of punch to it. So it's different. I see what they're getting at. They're trying to kind of separate themselves, be unique. This beer I would struggle with because if you want to go European German, what I call German style, do it. Go all the way, make it happen, make the malts, make the hops go to that. This one kind of has a little bit of a, I'm gonna kind of teeter on the fence, where I want to be maybe have a little bit of sweetness to it, and maybe have a little bit of this or that to it, and it doesn't really quite hit on that. It's a decent beer for the price point. I wouldn't buy it again, and that's just the bottom line. I would probably, we rate our beers between 1 and 5. I'd probably give this about 2. I wouldn't buy it again. I see what they're going after. I like that they're making it limited. I love the I love the label and kind of the description, but for what it is, especially for an IPL, it just doesn't quite hit on that mark, and it's just not that exciting. So I wouldn't buy it again. I love the fact that they put on their label the first legal brewery in Johnston County. I've been through there many times. I know where it is, and that's a very good kind of tagline. So kudos to that. I hope they come out with some other beers in the future that definitely rock in the different markets that they're in. So if you've tried it, let us know. I don't expect a lot of comments on this one. I did this more just to throw it out there and let you see what is being produced in other parts of the country. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We upload all the time. We appreciate you watching, and as always, we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.